They can bring like a Drill Master. It's pretty decent against CK. Not good against Phoenix at all, but good against CK.
Maybe they want their carry now.
Alright, Pango.
Yeah, there's the
Pango.
Pango. Okay. So it's a Pango mid or a Death Prophet mid?
I think it's a Pango mid.
Yeah,
you can still adapt it.
Yeah, still adaptable. I just hope they don't put the Tusker middle in.
Yeah, Tusk can't go mid here. If Tusk goes mid, it's just GG.
It's over.
Thunder Awakens, turn to ban.
Then Lifestealer, which is a good hero to click Supernova, good against Mars, etc. Oh, Thunder needs a position one.
Oh wait, they just banned.
It's banned. Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
Oh, is it a crazy sniper game here? You guys think it's crazy to pick a sniper?
Sniper?
Yeah.
I don't like it that much.
They don't really have anything to guard that sniper.
And they have less peak though.
They could Sven.
Is it enough
here,
though?
or...
I don't think so.
Actually, I'm
Terrorblade?
saying sniper
I
for
wanted to say
Thunder.
Terrorblade.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, for Thunder. They can't protect their sniper that well. You're against a Mars, a CK. They can jump on you. I don't like the sniper here. I get that you're worried with the Supernova.
Yeah, someone
I
needs
don't
to
think
click
that's the sniper game.
Someone needs to click on the egg, you know, the Supernova. Otherwise, they're just gonna run away.
It's not many heroes that
Supernova
can
just run
defeat
away.
the-
Go
Unless-
back, guys. Bye bye. Get back.
You can get Terrorblade or Sven. Oh my god, not Terrorblade again.
Terrorblade
This
is
is the
banned.
third time I've said Terrorblade. Yeah. I mean Sven or what's the other one? Faces Void.
Awakens, turn to ban.
Jug. I don't think it would have even been good here. It can't do anything against Chaos Knight.
Yeah. I think they just want to protect the Phoenix. Juggernaut's another hero that click super well on, against Phoenix. Just click the egg. Blade
I
Fury.
think Thunder is
fine.
maybe looking to pick PL, but I don't know if it's gonna work. Yeah.
Beast coasts,
What do you
turn
think
to
of-
pick.
Yeah, it
Then
looks
Zeus.
like What do you think of Shadowfiend carry for Thunder? Or not great?
Can work, I think. It's not bad. Let's see what beastcoast brings to the table.
10
They need an offlaner, right? Or mid laner.
Or
Yeah,
mid laner,
either one.
The Mars
seconds
Flex.
remaining.
You know, Bloodseeker is still not banned.
Bloodseeker offlaner.
Yeah. I've seen
Like,
it happen.
Yeah, like ATF.
CK off, Bloodseeker carry, let's go.
Thunder Awakens, turn to
Beastmaster.
Beast
Ooh,
Master.
what a great hero.
Beastmaster.
Oh, they
I
had
forgot
a
about
solid
him.
draft. They had a
piercing.
solid draft.
They do. I love beastcoast here.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter the last pick on Thunder. I just love beastcoast draft.
It's not available.
There's
10 seconds remaining.
like
No, it's not
not
gonna
many
be
things they can pick
5
here at all.
seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
They can Naga. I still think PL may be the hero here.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, was not bad.
No.
Yeah, you go for the Naga
Fusion hero.
Siren.
I think Beast Coast draft is so scary, man. Their draft is really scary.
You know what?
I
Like,
don't.
go on.
No, it's alright. I was just gonna say I don't think Thunder can fight into Beast Coast.
I think you're playing a Beastmaster against Naga. You just get the Wild Axe and you're fine.
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna
Let's
go
go
with
for
the boar later, maybe level
Yes.
5 or 4. So yeah, you guys trust in the 1-1, or are we looking to 2-0 here.
2-0 for me.
2-0 for me as well.
All right. So 2-0. Maybe Ares and Danog can shed some light on us for this game number 2.
Danog, we heard the panel. They're saying that this is looking like it's going to be 2-0 here. For Beast Coast and Beast Coast fans, you're going to be happy with that. But for Thunder Awaken fans, they need some way to be able to send this to a game 3. And do you believe they have what it takes with this draft?
I think they do. I mean, Beast Coast are an incredibly good team. We were kind of tossing up what they were going to pick with that last pick overall. Beastmaster feels fairly solid just because it's that BKB piercing disable for the DP and the Pango. Not that you can hit the Pango when he's in the Rolling Thunder, considering the heroes that you've got. They're basically all melee. So that makes it not feel quite as amazing, but I feel like Beastmaster for the Naga Siren, like Sherlock was saying, you just go the Axes build in lane, and then all of that high armor doesn't really mean anything. So yeah, I'm still feeling pretty strong about Beast Coast.
Yeah, that I am as well. I do feel like, though, for Thunder, there's going to be some pretty good timings early on. I think before the Helm of the Overlord is really where I feel like Thunder are going to have their strength, where you can rotate across the map. Exo in combination with the Pangoli Rolling Thunder, and potentially if wants to go like Diffusal Blade first, I think is really when Thunder are going to be at that peak. But when Beast Coast get this Helm of the Overlord and you start to group up and take objectives, I am very concerned that Thunder will not be able to deal with the team fight that Beast Coast have. You don't have really the greatest way to address the Supernova, which is a big concern. Raw can just hold one person into place, and CK can blow up another as well. So I feel like there's timings for either side. Yeah. A bit of a tree line tries to tuck himself into, but the shards he's gonna have to run back to the rest of the boys, and while the boys have shown up, but that's not enough to keep him alive. However, as Thunder will find first blood, a 5-man maneuver inside Beast Coast jungle, able to help secure the kill.
A little late on the Fade Bolt there. The damage reduction might have been able to save the Phoenix, so very valuable kill to give over. Illich, I think he'll be wanting a bit of a redemption for what went on in that previous game, because he certainly didn't have a great time, especially considering how late his pick came through. So he'd seen the entire draft, but didn't get a single kill off the back of it. So hopefully for Thunder's sake, he's able to give a little bit of a redemption as K1 just goes ahead and steals a bounty rune right in his face.
He'll want some redemption. Alone will want some redemption as well, considering how that mid matchup went prior with the Mars versus the Toss. Now we do have the Mars once again being played from Dark Margot, this time into a different lane matchup though in the Pangolier. Do we feel like this is going to be any different than what we saw previously?
I think the big thing about the Pango is just you've got so much more mobility, at least early on, relative to the Tusk, that, you know, rotations through by the Rubik aren't going to be quite as devastating. You know, if you do get someone else rotating through onto you, at least you've got the shield crash to provide a little bit of that extra damage reduction. And so I think Alone should be just fine. He's much more capable of shoving out lanes as well, relative to the Tusk. Another thing that I just want to point out is that whenever I see Thunder pick up the Mirana, I'm like, all right, it's Michael playing it, because he is obsessed with that hero. And this time around, they've actually not even said, you know what, it's your favorite hero, let's put you in the top lane instead. They're just going to conserve the, I guess, cohesion and teamwork that they've got through, you know, plenty of games, scrims, laning practice, and actually give it over to XL this time.
And it is the Mirana with the Naga Siren, I suppose, something that we saw ridiculous amount at TI, of course, with Tundra
Net
playing
Arrow.
it. So, yep, net into Arrow, but we'll see how if there is going to be any potential for Thunder to be able to find kills, because, again, Sacred is going to have a really good time in this lane with the points into the Axes. He's got 3 mangoes as well to be able to help keep that mana going.
Yeah, he's prepared. I think he might be pretty happy to just stick with that Call of the Wild at early-ish levels, especially with the Mirana in his lane as well, right? You want to make sure that you're not feeding too much of that boar experience over to the enemy team. One of the most key elements whenever you're playing up against a Beastmaster is how do you deal with those boars, because that can really just set you up to be so far ahead of them.
Take a look at our other side lane at the moment. Looks like some pulling shenanigans. Illich was trying to play with the Great Wave behind the tower. It does have a double wave coming in though, so it looks like Thunder are going to have pretty good positioning here with the wave. Nice for Illich to be able to get some free golden experience.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like Stinger's going to be able to do all that much in this lane either, right? It's a lot of that slow damage over time. Doesn't really synergize amazingly well together with the Chaos Knight. This was more just around, look, we've got stun on stun on stun on Arena to be able to pair together with this Sunray. Lots of really beefy heroes, all 3 cores of strength. So you're just going to get insane value out of this Phoenix, as well as, you know, they banned out the Snapfire. They banned out the Lina previously. So it's going to be on the back of position 5 on the other team to deal with that egg just through the leap and the extra attack speed.
Which is a lot of pressure to put on Excel, considering you said no one else can really deal with the Supernova, and it's going to be a key ability to Beast Coast's success in a lot of these team fights.
Mm-hmm. Trying to think as well, like, if you're able to get into an early-ish... The thing is with Alone, he kind of needs a bunch of items, right? You want the Diffusal Blade because that's really effective against these strength heroes to just deplete their mana pool and make it so that they can't fight all that
top lane.
effectively.
Lands the arrow into Schofield, instantly leaps on 4, but just didn't have the damage and the tank to bring him down.
Close, though. It was almost entirely ran him out of resources.
Michael and K1 are going at it. K1's going to be able to drag him back, finds another crit as well with a stun up shortly. Michael trying to juke through the tree line, but K1 will be able to cut down the tree, so there's no juking and jiving for the toss to keep him alive. But Illich might be able to get some revenge, but without any charges in the Spirit Siphon, K1 will be okay.
Yeah, he'll be just fine. But yeah, like what I was saying before, Pango, it feels like he needs Maelstrom and Diffusal and Basher to be full effectiveness, because it is just so good, this game. After that, I really wouldn't hate to see him go into that, you know, one of my favorite talents in the game, the level 15 Shield Crash in Ball, and then just go down the Aghanim Scepter route. But, you know, that's thinking late into the piece. If Thunder are able to get up to that stage with all those items, and then they still haven't been breached onto their high ground, I think they're going to win the game. You know, they'll have a Naga Siren to play with, they'll have a Pango that's an absolute beast with no one that's able to kill that Pango. So it's just a matter of trying to hold off until that point.
You think they shouldn't be too concerned about the team fight that Beast Coast have?
I think they've got pretty decent team fight themselves, don't you think?
I do.
Like, you've got pick-off potential, they've got heroes to stun, even through BKB. They've got Naga Siren to reset if it's a bad one. I think they're just fine. I think the main focus is just no stupid deaths that are going to lead a Beastmaster into just taking an entire side of your map away and then making it so much harder to do Naga Siren things, right? Rotate back to the jungle, pick up the safer farm, and then still be able to go back to the lane with your illusions and have them farm out and increase your net worth. Basically do what K1 did last game.
Well, as a position 5 and the captain, what would you be saying? How do you let the boys know that no stupid deaths are they're not allowed in a way where it keeps morale a little bit high?
I would say, like, when I talk about stupid deaths, I mean stupid core deaths. You know, ones that are able to respond to a lot of this aggression. You can't have anyone that does, like, a stun or is able to push out lanes dying too easily. Because, like, I think Excel overextending a little bit, he's got 3 leap charges that he can utilize. So I think he just needs to be either one to kind of put himself in harm's way a little bit more and say, look, I'll be the one to cop it. Just make sure that you're always in a position to be able to rotate when needed, because we know that they want to play quickly.
Alone, first use of the Rolling Thunder of the game. The boys are starting to TP in as well to help out, but the creep eats the arrows, so Dark Margot will be okay. Let's see if the supports are now going to start to move for Beast Coast, because they do have the arena available for the Mars to play with, but it's actually Schofield. It's going to be the one that's in trouble. They'll be able to run into the Rubik inside the river. Dark Marco wants to get involved, though. He's got the arena. Even Stingers in the neighborhood, but the spear off the mark, so Michael not going to go down just yet. He's got the snowball up shortly, so Michael can get some distance away. More for the side. Roche is able to get the kill onto Excelsior, who deny himself, but Michael still is in trouble, though Margot misses another spear, but the God's Rebuke will not be off the mark, as Alone should be able to clean up the Mars, but the Sunray's really going to make him work for it.
He'll have a spear in 1 second.
Is he going to have the damage, though, afterwards? Shield Crash still on cooldown. Like Dark Margot will get enough breathing room to survive, but a lot of spells being kind of missed there from either side, but in the end, do have some kills going both way.
Again, I feel like Thunder are pretty happy with that. It's a 1k net worth lead to Beast Coast, but you know they've got really, really strong lanes. But it was, what, a 2-for-2 trade, and one of those was actually a kill that Roshan picked up onto the Mirana rather than any Beast Coast hero actually picking that one up. And again, Naga Siren just getting all this solo experience, you're very happy. Death Prophet, same sort of thing. All you really want is like your level 7, maybe level 8, and then go. So I think this is a really good spot for Thunder to be in.
And I'd like to see, once again, both sides put a lot of emphasis on trying to secure the power runes. Alone is taking quite a decent amount of damage against Stinger's Phoenix, so it might be a bit difficult for him to be able to contest the power rune, but he's actually gonna... was considering about going top.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, how close is Naga to having the song? Close-ish. Should be able to see. Yep, there we go. Where all of this farming is happening, and he's pinging the fact that they've got vision, but wasn't he just farming a creep? So it's like a little bit of that vision is underrated there.
We got the power rune for Alone, nothing crazy, just a regen picked up. Top of the net worth though for the Pangolier, so see what he's going to look to do across the map. Michael might be in a bit of trouble. Stinger's going to try and put himself in front of the toss to provide the body blocks, but with K1 wrapping around to the right side, tries to go for the snowball. That Shard's given with a vision, but East Coast will stop that attempt quickly in its tracks, so another kill for them to find.
I'm really loving the way Schofield's playing this game. Like, he is... Ooh, do they have the net here?
Blink Arrow, why not go for it? And even Alone's going to look to make quick work of the Rubik. So, a lot of supports dying across the map, the kills going the way of the cause, but no one building too much of an advantage early on.
No, definitely not. I was just praising Schofield before, and it did take 3 people for him to go down, but he was playing around a Hawk, he's playing around this Vision that he'd placed previously, and he was basically being a bodyguard for Excel to be able to get back to that lane. Like, Beastmaster is putting a ton of damage into this tower that Mirana wants to be the one to stop.
Dark Margot, the speed connecting onto Illich. They might have enough burst to bring him down before the Siphon. And now Michael will be chased down as well. Thunder tried to make the attempt with 2 heroes to kill off Stinger. Well, he recognizes this. He wants a high 5, but no one will give him. In the end, Beast Coast, beautiful fight for them. Multiple members have to come down for that.
I think this game, like I've said, it's important just no stupid deaths, right? But it's easier said than done. So I think some of the fact is no save your mate syndrome might be a way to go about it. Or like just know when to cut your losses as sacred. Be careful of when to use that arrow.
Rush on the Mirana will be able to leap away. Let's see if Alone's going to have enough damage by himself to get the kill. The supports are starting to rotate in from Beast Coast, so Alone won't be able to get the finishing blow into the Beastmaster as the Rolling Thunder expended, although Illich, a rotation out of the Death Prophet, first exo of the game. You need to get a little bit more out of this. You're not happy with just getting the kill onto the Rubik.
Definitely not. Lane's pushing in somewhat though, and they do have the siege creep coming, so it'll be at the tower in about 10 seconds time. Let's see if they're able to continue to group up. It seems like Alone's the one playing the bodyguard now. Just standing between that tier 1, tier 2 tower. They've got vision to play around for the next little bit, so shouldn't be too bad if they're able to get the last little bit of this exo. At least pops the glyph, forces another TP out. So could be worse, for sure, but yeah, like you were saying, pretty sure they were hoping for a little bit more map control or comprehensive teamfight win to come off the back of that exo.
The Beast Coast going to look for their own play. Stinger's really close to level 6. Illich, though, the target, the eyes on the prize. Able to get back towards the tier 1 tower, though. Is Dark Margot really going to go for this?
They might just take the tower.
They know we TP'd in. Still on cooldown for another 10 seconds. Boys are coming, though. Thunder, they don't want to give this up for free. They're going to try and bring down the Phoenix, and they'll do so with ease, and the response is there from Dark Margot. They'll kill off the Death Prophet before the snowball's fast enough to keep him alive.
The Rolling Thunder.
And they look for more as well, but the Rolling Thunder does get stolen from Schofield. Sacred's going to enable them to close the distance onto Alone. Sets up perfectly for the spear, as there's plenty of damage thanks to the power room picked up from Dark Margot. So in the end, Beast Coast more than happy with that exchange. They get the 2 kills onto Cause and the tier 1 tower to boot. Might even get more as well. Excel, no more leap charges to work with. Once again, the spear into the damage. Dark Margot once again off to an incredible start on the Mars. Down the bottom we go. Supernova's going to be used as K1. He's in a great position to be able to protect it. Smiling Knight tries to turn to get the right clicks out, but it's not going to be fast enough. The egg goes off, but the Chaos Knight, he put himself in a compromised position to protect the egg, so he's going to be penalized for that. As Schofield starts to rotate down, but there's not much the Rubik's Cube is able to do, as he too will also be killed off. Some much needed gold and experience going the way of Thunder.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting a little lucky with a few silly deaths coming through from Beast Coast instead. As Dark Margot is looking to try and rectify it somewhat, push in that mid lane. Force, well, no one can actually TP because they were very responsive towards that one, but alone, he's going to be able to get back in time. And I like the fact that he's been a little bit more selfish with this game, right? He's nearly gotten into the defusal. Hasn't meant that he's had the greatest team fight involvement, but he's still got 6 out of their 8 kills. I just want to see him try and up the greed as much as possible, and that's going to mean deaths to Excel. It's going to mean deaths to Michael.
Yeah, we'll see how those deaths are able to continue to be an issue, but you know, with that being said, guys, make sure you check out the banner at the stream below. There is up to 100% bonus discount, sorry, deposit I should say, for all the first-time users. And with a game like this, I mean, it's back and forth. It's a scary one to be able to correctly predict who's going to be going right with how we've seen the action break out so far. I mean, it was Beast Coast to start, but then Thunder. They're trying to pull the momentum back their way, but can they continue to defend this tier 1 tower? It's going to be a Rolling Thunder used from really far away alone. Not going to get a whole lot of usage out of it. The Rolling Thunder got stolen as well.
Yeah.
And Dark Margot. Oh, the spear just goes straight in between the middle. There's the stolen Rolling Thunder from Schofield. It can bounce back off the shards, but the damage isn't there. As soon as they see the exorcism committed, Beast Coast, they have to look to Delta to split away. They will get the tower nonetheless, though, so very awkward fight from either side.
It's just the Crypt Swarm, not the Exorcism that he was able to steal. I was like, if Schofield got that as well, been absolutely bananas. As no, K1's not really in a position to help them with that one. They even had the Hawk sitting behind the tower, which is just about to expire as well, so they had complete vision of that team fight. They were still able to get out of that one with a denied mid tower and a kill onto the Phoenix. So Thunder, they're doing a really good job of just rallying around these points that they know Beast Coast are wanting to hit into. That's the thing, like, you can have overwhelmingly strong early game potential, like first 30 minutes like Beast Coast does. But if you know what's coming, you can set up for it. You can, you know, once you get to this level, you'll see different patterns of behavior that start to happen, right? They're pushing this lane out, that means they want to do this next. Similar sort of things to that.
We'll see if they're able to read this move, though. Thunder, Smokers 3. You have the Diffuser Blade completed for alone, so they're going to run into Sacred. That they will. Very close to the Helm of the Overlord. The boys are starting to TP in, though. Let's see if it's going to be survivable enough to get the reinforcements out, and there they come! He doesn't even die just at the last second. The Swashbuckle with the finishing blow, but alone is just not even going to move. Takes the death as Beast Coast. Great reactions coming out from them.
Not even just the reactions from them. I want to highlight Sacred in that one. As he was getting dived onto by 3 people, getting caught out by the ice shards. Like, remember, he used the wild axes onto that high ground as he was, like, walking forwards, just in case they were there. They'd been off the map for a little bit. And then he microed his units so that they copped the arrow instead of himself. So you were still able to have that extra layer of committal that Thunder had to use to try and take him out. Just get a 3-for-1 turnaround for the cost of 1. Like, that's the level that Beast Coast is playing right now. So many little things that they do amazingly.
That was a fight they won without the arena or the supernova, so they're still in fighting shape here, Beast Coast. Might not have Schofield for this engagement. Punch going to be able to set up for the arrow. It's a defensive use of the supernova to try and keep the Rubik alive, but Illich from afar. I'll get the kill thanks to the Crypt Swarm, and like you said, a big win, being able to expend those key ultimates on Beast Coast, and now they might look to get an objective. Illich, he's got this exorcism at the ready.
It's almost definitely what they want to do. I mean, it could be tempting to wait for the level 2 Exo for sure, but you want to force them to pop another glyph. You want them to have that non-renewable one coming through, and I just don't think it makes sense to really wait for the Helm of the Overlord. It doesn't make sense to wait for another arena, another supernova. Now is the time. Might actually be alone that gets caught out in the meantime. He's playing well, though. Backing up him completely. Wanting to give up his life for free. You end up getting a kill regardless on Excel. What was that? Was that a Legolas arrow or something?
You got the right click off before the dive away, so... A bit of experience going the way of the supports. Michael's going to be able to farm bottom to get towards that blink dagger as well, but inside top, alone in his own jungle. It's the swash onto the high ground. Awkward use of the rolling thunder, but if it's going to keep him alive, then I don't mind it. He'll still be able to land back down. And now Illich, he's going to charge in the middle with the exorcism. Michael can follow up and stop the retreat from Dark Margo. A defensive use to the arena. It might actually be enough. Swashbuckle doesn't clip him, and Dark Margo lives.
All right, let's see. Mirana, how good is your arrow? Oh, doesn't even want to try for it. The leaps forward or the arrow. Margo gets away. What a sneaky little bugger.
With all this going on, K1 is just getting so much farm. More farm than the Naga side at the moment.
I was about to highlight that before that fight broke out. I'm like, how is a CK ahead of a Naga Siren at this stage? He's been involved in, what, one more kill? But, I mean, it's a Naga.
And it's... Or Excel. Or Excel. You almost get away. Almost get away. And then goddamn Mirana arrow just comes out from nowhere. You see, though, maybe that Naga farm is actually going to catch up once you get a little bit more with the Manta now. You've got maxed out mirror image, but it's not enough for you to be able to contest this Roche, it looks like. Beast Coast inside the pit.
So they're using the Ancient Rock Golem instead of the Ancient Granite Golem as well for a little bit of that armor reduction. Just 2 armor, but makes all the difference when you've got this very heavily physical-oriented draft, and every little bit of seconds counts, especially when you knew that the exorcism was popped previously. You want to take it out as quickly as you can. And yeah, there we go. Sacred just going ahead and taking it. He's like, you know what? I set this up. I'm the one that should take the second life.
This is what we were speaking about, though, wasn't it, Danog? This timing with the Helm of the Overlord, and Beast Coast use it straight away, and now look at how they're positioned across the map as well. Mid's going to get shoved out, and they're going to look to connect with Stinger and Dark Margo to help out with this tier 2 tower siege, and I don't think Thunder are going to be able to do anything about it. They can't even trade across the map because they have no creeps to be able to get that tier 1 tower, so this looks like it's going to be a free objective.
They have DP down on the bottom side, still 30 seconds away from being able to use the exorcism to try and take the bottom tower, but yeah, I think they just need to try and get as much of a trade as possible happening. But with that tower going down, take away the outpost, and you got to be so careful. That's why all of the team is playing incredibly close. Every single member of Thunder is playing on the back here.
Under hope.
Decent tower damage.
Lone. Aaron. Spawn up top. Trying to get themselves into position to take the fight. Stinger might be the target, but you see how hesitant he is about running up this high ground without some boys behind him and without any vision as well. And Smoke and a Moonlight Shadow is going to be the call from Thunder. They're going to look to take the fight away from their vision. Sacred, he'll be the first point of contact, alone with the Rolling Thunder, but Sacred can turn, doesn't actually have an opportunity to find the Roar. The damage going to come through thick and fast, and there's no way to keep him alive, as they'll get the kill onto the Beastmaster, but that's the Aegis now taken care of, so Beast Coast, they don't really mind that at all.
No, they don't, and now you don't have Rolling Thunder, you don't have Exorcism, all you've really got is Song to try and stop any kind of push up onto not just your tier 2, but even your high ground. Like, you can't afford to be using the glyph for this tier 2 tower, I don't think. At least you've been able to take the bottom one on Knight. It's a bit of a bonus. Try and take a little bit of map control back, play on the bottom side of the map if you can. Yeah, tier 2 gone mid, tier 2's gone top. Big ultimates expended. Only the Aegis lost.
Like you said, though, Knight was able to find that tower, and with that, Orca completed and 1,300 gold in the bank, so doing a good job to close that distance into the CK's net worth. But with this Orchid, who do we feel like Knight is going to start to target down in the fights? Because we haven't really seen him get involved, but that Orchid, I think we will start to have some more involvement out of the Naga sign. So who does he kind of need to take out of the equation?
Depends when they fight, right? Like, if they made a smoke play right now with it, then maybe they could get this Mars before he finishes up the BKB for himself. That would be ideal. But past that, once you got the BKB available, who can you really go on? Like, maybe the Phoenix, but how do you find the Phoenix? Stinger's positioning has been pretty damn solid so far. Maybe you could Song into it, but if that's the case, he's just going to supernova immediately out of the Song.
That would be so ideal though if you can get the Phoenix. Just comes down to positioning. Potential Rubik might be an easier target, but Schofield's got that Force Staff to help out. Going Ag Shard next as well here. That Ag Shard is going to be so difficult for Alone to play against. Of course, the Pankali really hoping for the chain control, and the Shard can just disrupt that. And we've spoken a lot about the Roar as well, so it's not going to be an easy game for Alone.
Still, despite all this, though, it is... okay, one trying to get a free kill onto Excel there. But it's still only a 1k network. Like, for all intents and purposes, it's like... It could be much worse, considering how early game, more oriented I feel Beast Coast draft is. Every little bit just brings Knight closer towards that heart. Makes him a whole lot harder to take down. He's already finished up the Reaver, so that might give him the confidence to want to start to join a few more team fights, maybe even put himself in harm's way to take at least this top tier 1 tower out. It's going to be very important to take not only that, but the tier 1 mid, which they just do, in order to set up for the second Roshan. And whoop, that's a lot of items on the courier that Michael's able to take care of.
I guess my big issue is Thunder just... This is going to be their last outer tower that's gone. And yes, you just mentioned the gold. It's very close, but these are all your outer towers gone, and Beast Coast aren't actually going to stop there. They're considering high ground.
Yeah, so I don't think the ones on bottom mattered that much for Thunder. I'd say, honestly, mid tier 1 and top tier 1 is much more important for Thunder to take, but this is the right move. They have to get back. They have to defend. It's a very different beast for sure, but they've given themselves not only the avenue to protect their base, but also a potential win condition now that you don't have to worry about, you know, buyback TPs into towers around the next Roche fight. So that's basically what Thunder are playing for. Like 3-4 minutes, get your items by then. Mirana's going to have a 4-star, Tusk might have a Yule Scepter, EKB coming shortly for the Death Prophet, even the Ags possibly for Alone. There's a lot of stuff coming for them.
It's just a question, do you feel like it's going to be enough? Because so far, Beast Coast, their execution in fights have been really, really scary.
I think it'll be enough if they're able to get up into that stage. Like, you could afford to probably give up, like, Mirana, because she's still got enough for buyback, and 4-star, I think, in the context of this game, is probably the least valued. But an Ags on a Pango, a Heart on a Naga, a BKB on a Death Prophet, those are so key.
Soon there's going to be no map to play, though.
Yeah.
It's just... What can you do? How can you position?
Send those Naga illusions.
Yep, exactly right. Send the Naga illusions, get the creep wave shoved out, but you've got Hawks constantly scouting you, and they see Knight. That's the target. That's the big one that they want to try and find. Radiant, they're starting to bring their members in, and Knight's not going to hesitate. They're sewing into a TP. Let's steal it. It's not
he nearly did it.
Yeah.
Wonder, does that, with the extra cast range, I wonder if Song of the Siren actually lands onto the Naga. I've never actually tested that before. Probably not. It's a radius rather than a cast range.
Oh, we'll see now, though. That Song could be very scary with... That's actually... You can set up Arena. You can set up Supernova.
Just run from a Exorcism?
Yeah, it's... That could really prove to be a big issue, because this next fight really, I think, tells the game. If they win one fight on Beast Coast, the towers are just going to melt, and they're already melting.
Naga doesn't have TP for 30 seconds, and he's far, far away from that top lane, so someone's going to need to put themselves in harm's way.
Someone's going to have to do something, and Alone considering about the Rolling Thunder, but the tower's already gone. These are barracks that are not being defended.
I guess they're just giving up one. They're saying, look, this is just the state of the game, that we knew their draft was going to do this.
Supernova? They found Illich. The Death Prophet's in trouble the moment the Force Staff to get some distance away, and the DP will be okay. You gotta go now. This is time to fight for Thunder. For the Raw, K1, he'll turn it around. A BKB standing strong, but Alone's gonna be fine. Michael will cover the retreat. As now Knight, he's shown up. They need the Naga. They need to get the damage up, but Dark Margo's gonna prevent that. Arena into the Sun Ray. They'll get the one kill on the Death Prophet, and can they get more out of this? They'll drag back Michael to his demise, and now they're looking for more as well, but they're gonna be cautious though. Play it patient, respect the Thunder buybacks, and they'll do just that. As Beast Coast, they can do anything they want right now. Thunder, they have no responses. They've got no answer.
They've got no answer at all. The one saving grace for Thunder is that Roshan isn't sport, but you used the glyph, you lost the full racks up top, you popped the exorcism, and you didn't use the BKB, so you just got caught inside of that Mars arena and instantly blown up, not just by the stun, but the sunray damage coming through as well. Big mistake coming through there.
And they're smoking instantly.
Yeah, why
East
not?
Coast, even with the ultimates on cooldown, they Steve feel like they are in fighting shape. We'll be able to scout Beast Coast out before they make it up to the higher ground, so Thunder. They might retreat next to the ward, though. Look at K1's position. He's going to be able to use the ward perfectly, but Alone's reactions is great. Gets the Rolling Thunder out, considering about turning it around. In a great area to be able to bounce back off the wall, but the Roar, once again, it's not enough, though. The Stolen Soul can keep him alive. He'll get enough health back with the Sunray. And the Beast Coast. How do you want to take the team fight? K1 is in fighting shape if he wants to go back in. Death Prophet's going to try and charge in the middle with the telekinesis. There's the song, but K1 under the cover of the BKBs, so going to try and bring down with the Death Prophet, but we won't have the damage. They can turn it alone. A huge swashbuckle with a silence follow-up. They've got the arena counter initiation. Dark Margo finds the spear onto 2. The supernova for good measure. As Thunder, they were ever so close, but they don't even bring down one single member as Beast Coast find 4 and can look to walk it up the high, gonna get more objectives.
He's crazy, this boy. Está loco el muchacho. He's just coming through on his Mars and making an absolute meal out of Thunder. You know, you and me, we've got a little bit of a soft spot for them, the Thunder down under, but...
Night? Ooh. Oh no. Runs in. I don't know, you can't even question if that's worth it.
It ain't.
Oh, the hopes of potentially qualifying for Thunder slipping out of their grasp. Beast Coast, one more fight. That's all they need.
I mean, the creeps are going to do the lion's share of the work, to be perfectly honest. 2 lanes completely bare. No top, no mid racks remaining. Roshan's up. They know it's going to be the case as well. They can back off. There's no real reason to feel worried about getting a little bit too antsy. You've got such a commanding lead at this stage, and this is what we were talking about, right? 30 minutes. That is Beast Coast's timing. If it got a bit later, if Panga was able to pick up the next few items, I really feel like Alone's net worth is completely stagnated in the past, like, 8 minutes, let's say. He hasn't gotten anything since picking up that Blink Dagger.
Maybe this could be the fight that turns it around for Thunder. You're hoping it's this one, because if it's not, then what fight is it going to be for them? Michael on the front. I'll scout out Sacred. Let's go for it as well. They get the jump straight onto the Rubik. Should be an easy pick-off for them to find. And they can consider Stinger next, but a dive gets him out to safety as Thunder rushes up for grabs. Not an easy task for them to take it. Dark Margo jumps in, but Knight, great reactions. Now, where's the rebuttal? They've got the Rolling Thunder if they're ready to turn it around. Alone needs the angle. They don't combine it up with the arrow, but it might not matter. Bye-bye, Phoenix. Now they'll look to Sacred next as well. As finally, that's what Thunder were waiting for. That's the fight that we've been expecting out of these boys, and they might be able to get more as well. As K1 protected for the BKB, but the shards blocks him in. He'll be forced to stand his ground, accepting the duel, but in the end, Thunder find all 5, and they're not out of it just yet.
Oh, the first song that actually ends up working out for them as well, right? He's even gone into the Aghanim shard on the Naga Siren just because of how much damage Beast Coast are going for. All of that extra regen coming back, providing the Death Prophet the ability to actually stand and fight, pop that BKB. And you just see the great Rolling Thunder coming through from Alone, connecting onto the Phoenix. That's a different fight if he's able to get off the Supernova.
Yeah, the Rubik was killed at the start. Then the Phoenix was the second person that died as well. And for a second, I thought it was not looking strong. That you had the Song potential into the arrow. The arrow didn't connect, but the Song, all they needed was to set up for the Rolling Thunder. And now, yes, the objectives are well and truly in the favor of Beast Coast, but the net worth does not represent that. It's only a 3,000 deficit.
Kind of stunning, to be honest, that it's at this stage, you know, with how great of a game Dark Margo in particular has been playing. 8, 1, and 10, and he's behind both the Death Prophet and the Pangolier. It's like think he's going into the Octarine core on alone. Not sure how confident I feel about that. Again, I feel like Basher, Maelstrom would provide so much for this team, just being able to remove a ton of the damage coming through, particularly from K1.
Well, this is the exact spot that went in Thunder's favor. Let's see if they can replicate that. The fight will break out, however. East Coast and
They've got such little map control because of the states with the lanes. They just want to fight under any vision that they've got right now, and they do see that the Hawk is there, so they're having to fight as far away from that as possible while being as close to their own vision as they can, even just using the arrow to clear it out.
So even though with that previous fight not going the way of Beast Coast, they do have some items being worked on. Sacred just completed Blink. I thought Dark Margo had Refresher, but it's just the recipe that he just completed, so still a little bit away from that as Thunder.
What's alone
Smoke up. Dark Margo is going to reveal himself. Okay though, Thunder, they're not all together with this Moonlight Shadow attempt.
Yeah, that's the weird thing. Like, they weren't all together with the Moonlight Shadow attempt, and they used it directly under a creep wave, and then were hitting creeps during it. So Beast Coast just did the smart thing, right? Rotate behind, back into their base, behind their tier 2 tower. Plenty of avenues to be able to play a lot more defensively.
Able to find it. Well, that's a big item. Bloodthorn now completed on K1. Who's his target? Who's he looking to bring down to start the fight here with the CK? If he has any pick.
If you can catch the DP before she pops BKB, then that'd be ideal.
See if that's going to be the case. I believe they did smoke onto the ward. A great Hawk to play with. Scouts out alone. He does have the Aeon Disc just completed though, so it might catch him off guard if they heavily commit as alone. Able to get the rolling Thunder. The Supernova's there. They won't have a response to deal with it. Need to try and get out of the range for the stun, and they won't be able to do so as the song covers the retreat. But Dark Margo's got the Refresher. Looking to go back in is actually alone because Knight protected with the BKB. Starting to get the damage up with the Naga Siren, but they're just avoiding him and going for the other targets. Phoenix will be brought down. K1 inside the river is getting controlled. Knight's able to get on top of him and kill off the carrier Beast Coast. And now Beast Coast, can they stick around? Yes, they'll get the kill onto the Painkiller thanks to the spear burn. Looks like they're happy with what they've got in the end. 2 for 2, a buyback forced out from the Mirana.
That was the reveal of the Refresher as well, so now they know that they don't have the Refresh to be able to play around. It wasn't the most ideal Rolling Thunder either, especially combined together with the Song of the Siren. That you essentially got 0 offensive value out of it, so the fact that they were still able to take out both the Phoenix and the Chaos Knight was a big win for Thunder.
They're starting to have some really big issues with this Naga Siren, and I can't see it getting any easier with the Butterflies. We saw what it was able to do in that previous fight.
This is kind of what I was talking about in the post-game of last time. You know, you can't make everything too one-dimensional, I guess is the best way to put it. Having a look at the replay with K1 getting taken down by a great arrow coming through from Excel. But yeah, you go all of this physical damage outside of essentially the Phoenix, and then something like a Butterfly is going to be amazing. Phoenix has got Radiance, by the way.
Okay.
Helps deal with the Naga illusion somewhat. Cancels Blinks.
Mischance doesn't linger, right?
Don't believe so.
$2,000 deficit. Thunder still have this Aegis advantage. Only 20 seconds with it to try and take a team fight, though. They are grouping up, but so are Beast Coast.
I don't know if they can go just yet. They need Sacred there. Not just, you know, obviously the BKB piercing stun, but the inner Beast Aura is enormous for enabling this Chaos Knight to the fullest potential. Kind of feels like they know they're on a timer, right? Like, they are saying this Naga's getting a little bit out of hand right now, and she's already got that Butterfly, so consider the situation well and truly dire. Just having the Aeon Disc actually on the Pangolier. Make sure he's not dying at the very start. Again, no silly deaths.
Well, Aeon helps that. Aeon helps that indeed. They are scaling out Dark Margo at the moment. Let's see how fast the reaction's going to be here for the Mars. I'll actually lead him with the arrow. Well, you have to kind of respect the Phantasm illusions inside the base. Unhealable damage into the range barracks, so getting that much closer to the potential of the mega creeps. They've scouted out of the jungle. Stinger drops a ward, actually goes back with the dive. Radiant is starting to connect to the Phoenix, but same with Thunder as well. No one's going to go down just yet.
Oh, man, they're dodging about 50 million spells.
It's pretty important that they lose that Observer Ward. Stinger's being scouted out there, so they won't have that deep vision to play with. Alone, actually, he finds a pretty big initiation. They're going to try and target him with the Mars at the moment. Forcing out a use of the BKB and the arena. Do they just want to wait for this one and then go back in afterwards as Knight? A defensive use of the song, but the stolen arrow lands onto Michael, so Thunder lose both supports and now need to get out, but Dark Margot doesn't want to let them. Tries to turn it around. He'll land the arena, but Knight, he can look to escape under the cover of the BKB, but K1 in hot pursuit finds his target, locks onto Alone. The on-disc will protect him for the moment, does expire, so he's not playing with the status resistance. Illich even popped the Exo though, so the fight...
That was incredibly late.
Yeah, it was done. It was done and dusted, but Illich still using the Exorcism, now puts it on cooldown for 140.
Yeah, 140 on cooldown, and I guess he was assuming that they were just going to follow up on that stun that actually ended up connecting onto Alone, but well, they had different things in mind on Beast Coast. Obviously, he's not a mind reader, but that opens up a window for them to be feeling confident. It was even a buyback being expended by the Tusk. So you talk about target priority. Obviously, cores greater than supports for the most part, but if you can take out a support that you guarantee, shut up. You know that a Tusk definitely cannot rejoin a team fight. He is going to be priority number one.
Cores greater than supports. You heard it here first. Stinger top lane Alone.
Late game priority.
Oh, late game priority. Okay, so we're moving the goalposts a little bit here. All right. One of those you just expendable supports does end up going down top. Phoenix, the casualty here. Rolling Thunder was expended. And it doesn't have that 25 talent, so it's going to be a bit of a cooldown, but nothing will break out. This is down. I guess this gives us some time to work towards those T4 neutral items for either side.
I wonder what's coming through here next. Havoc Hammer for Beastmaster. Kind of nice, but kind of rather him having, you know, something along the lines of the Titan Sliver, the Quickening Charm. Hell, even just the Blast Rig feels kind of nice. Any target that's going to get gone on by Knight and all of his illusions.
Friend, you left a Witchbane.
Uh-oh.
Doing good this game? Probably not. Actually,
get rid of the Aeon Disc.
Yeah, they don't want the Witchbane. Well, maybe they saw it. I don't know how we saw it, but anyway. Lady inside the river, Dark Margot. He's OP. Strike up from Thunder. Idiot to just get picked up on Dark Margot. We'll see how much that's going to be able to influence this next team fight as Thunder looking at break the high ground. This is not an easy spot to take the fight. The threat of the Supernova and the arena is going to be something they have to respect. But K1, here's the initial target. Knight straight on top of the Chaos Knight, trying to bring him down, but the shards is going to be able to block him in. A defensive Supernova out to the right side, and instantly Knight calls a retreat. Song's going to be there to be able to reset the positioning.
They don't
and
have
now
BKBs.
They can go back in afterwards. This is not looking good. Dark Margot, second use of the arena, might be able to cover the escape. Is it going to try and get out on K1? Down to the south, he'll be okay. Dark Margot, arrow's going to fly, and it connects onto the Mars, and Knight will now move on forward, getting rid of the off lane, and now the Chaos Knight's in trouble as well. A buyback will come out, but it's not enough to keep the core alive. It's Thunder. Are they done, or do they want more? They're going to respect the high ground. Thunder back up, and what a song from Knight to be able to reset the start of the team fight.
As soon as I saw those BKBs go and nothing died, I was like, uh-oh, Beast Coast, you got to make sure you finish your food. You got to convert these kills. And the fact that they weren't able to, like you said, that song, such great value. Alone doing a great job. Aeon Discs paying dividends.
Yep. And the third Roche, and also the net worth lead. First time they held the net worth lead. Like 3 minutes into the game. Ever since then, they haven't had the gold advantage, but now it's a different story to tell. 9,000 up for Thunder. You've got the Ages on the Naga, the Cheese on Alone, And the Scepter has gone towards an Argus-Siren as well, so you have the
Reel
ensnare
'em in.
to pierce.
No, the snare's useless. Reel 'em in.
Yes, okay. You heard it here. The ensnare piercing, useless. It's the reel in. That's where it's at.
God, such a bad spell.
Wow.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
Would have thought? I mean, what was it? It was a 12k net worth lead at 29 minutes, and now it's a 22k net worth swing after being 2 lanes of barracks down and a tier 3 tower.
Margo?
Crazy stuff.
They're using Rolling Thunder from afar. Oh, it won't. Oh, what
Found
a
him.
perfect blink!
Back.
Instantly on top of him. He'll look for the TP out. They'll be okay.
I wonder if he's going to queue up the Bastion right now. Still wants to go into the Octarine, but give me the Bastion. Talk about the value of just timing out those BKBs. Are there any that are longer than 6 seconds? I doubt it.
I doubt it. I'm not even gonna look. I highly doubt it. We got a Radiance
all
on
6.
Stinger.
Let's go. He's level 20 though.
Yeah, okay.
Sunray
And
is a ton.
And here, Schofield pops Exo and just jumps on over. Gonna try and get the kill onto Excel, but the rest of Thunder is starting to rotate. Knight, once again, a song to
They
reset.
found the Rubik. He's
and they've been able to
super
catch up the
isolated.
Rubik as well. Dark Margot's waiting the wings, hoping for an opening. Oh, we got
What?
to blink away with the arrow. Does still connect, but the Aeontis activated. And how do you take the team fight? He's actually going to go back in to try and get the kill onto the Phoenix. Yours will buy him some time. He'll get the Supernova off for the last second as well, but the reset...
Very messy.
Oh no, Schofield telekinesis the master. Dark Margot couldn't find the Spear Arena, so both sides, no one dies.
Nothing happens. Yeah. Someone's going to need to address top, though, and that's exactly where Alone moves up to. I don't think that really opens up too much of a window for Beast Coast to move forward, though. You popped the Roar, you use the Supernova. Still got 2 usages out of this arena, though, and an Arcane Rune being picked up by Dark Margot, so... This is kind of what we were expecting to happen, though, right? Gets past that really dangerous time. Naga comes into her own. She's holding on to 6.1k gold in addition to everything that she's already got.
Oh, they're going to jump in alone. Straight into K1. He'll turn it around with the BKB, trying to target him. The Tusker. A quick and easy kill for them to find, but with the BKB soon to expire, can they penalize K1? Arena will be able to cover the retreat. Thunder, how do you go back in? Alone tries to find the opening, but the ensnare canceling the TP out from the Beastmaster. So Naga-Siren can turn all his attention over towards Sacred, but the retreat is there. Dark Margot once again with the arena will protect them for long enough. They find a secondary kill, and Naga's starting to fall low. Round 2, ready to rock and roll, but Thunder, they don't have the members to be able to protect him. A perfect timing out of the spear, but the chain control, the damage follower, Beast Coast. Finally, kill off the Thunder members with 0 casualties.
No song, no BKB, not even a Trickster's Cloak. The CC is just too perfect by Beast Coast, and I mean, Dark Margot is the MVP by far for me this game. The amount of arenas that he times so perfectly, the damage output as well. He's been holding on to a Timeless Relic. He's got an overwhelming blink on top of everything else, so he'll be able to deal with these Naga illusions pretty damn fast. Only a buyback on the Pangolier, not choosing to use it too early into the piece. Seemed like he wants to commit to buying that Korean core either, just bringing his career all the way back to base.
He's gonna buy back, but still the buildings are falling. Song can set up for the Rolling Thunder.
BKB is up in 1 second.
See what they can do. Knight wants to find an angle into the middle of the team fight, but the arena might be able to buy enough time for them to get the Mega Creeps. All the team's attention goes straight towards the buildings as Megas on the agenda, but they need to get out with their own lives, and that's where Schofield can come into play. A Force and Telekinesis trying to get K1 out of harm's way, but Thunder just beeline toward the Chaos Knight's location. In the end, they will be able to bring him down, but it comes at such a grave cost. Multiple buybacks, Megas on the agenda, and a tier 4 tower going down as well.
I love the comms coming through as well. He was just short of the buyback, and you just see instantly Stinger as well as Sacred, they go straight bounty runes, and I mean, now he's got it. He was 250 gold short, so these little things that Beast Coast do, 100% focus on all right, you control these people, we'll take the mega creeps. And in Thunder, they were able to do this because there wasn't that constant, overwhelming pressure going towards their base, but now they've got that to deal with as well.
And what do you do now for Thunder? Do you have to itemize to kind of help with the megas? You've been speaking a lot about the Basher. Does Alone kind of have to go items like Maelstrom to help with this?
I've been wanting the Maelstrom since, 20 minutes, so yes, it would be my answer to that. I just really don't feel like the Octarine Core is going to make that much of a difference, right? Like, what is it realistically providing? Now he's level 25, right? You're going to get an extra, 7 seconds off rolling Thunder cooldown? You've already got 3-second shield crash cooldown while he's in the ball. And you just compare that to having a Maelstrom and a Basher. I know what one I'd rather have.
Whatever they got to do, they have to address Dark Margot. We just saw in that previous team fight, and something you mentioned as well at the end of the fight with how much impact he's had, and you said he's probably the MVP of this game. If it does go the way of Beast Coast, and 10, 2, and 15 is Dark Margot. He's just having so much impact. His kind of chaos that he's providing inside the fights is something that Thunder need to address somehow.
Oh, he's got another arcane rune for himself as well. This guy, lucky man, and well, he's nearly going into a sheep stick as well. So on top of everything, he's going to have a crazy amount of control.
Smoke up. Lanes are actually in a pretty decent position for Thunder to make a play.
They should know that
they're on the low ground, not a great
happen,
position to be in, but the ward's going to scout them out, so it'll give time for Beast Coast to be able to react, and they're going to smoke themselves. Dark Margot, there's the jump! That's the man we were asking, that's the man we were waiting for! The song going to try and buy them some time, but they're still close enough to the ultimate from the Phoenix. They end up popping, but now where's the counter? Smiling Knight's going to try and find a way into the middle. The Narca Science damage is not enough to be able to turn it around as a Sun Ray or the health repairing the damage out of Thunder, but still they haven't killed off the cause just yet. Phoenix eating the arrow, and after the Eels they should be able to secure the kill as the Silence holds him into place. And in the end, Thunder, not the worst fight. It was looking scary with that jump into the arena supernova combo. Thunder will stay strong.
Really couldn't ask much more out of Dark Margot though, right? Just constantly landing these amazing arenas, setting up double spear stuns onto heroes. What more could this guy do? It's going to bring him damn close to being able to finish up that Scythe of Ice as well.
Also level 25. A potential arena regen if he wants it, because they don't have the burst on Thunder. That could prove huge with the Sunray heal as well, which we're just seeing this fight was almost enough to keep some of the members alive.
Yeah. Stinger's playing a great role this game. Doing the damage as well. Just that passive Radiance miss as well as damage coming through Ceremonial Robe, buffing up his entire team. Just love the way that Beast Coast go about it. They're almost always on the same page, and that's where Dota's its best. Do they have any gem, though? Dark Margot's got one. Yeah, so you should be able to scout out this vision right outside of Roche Pit. Everyone knows that this is the main objective right now, but with that being said, you don't want to be going too far forward on your own. Getting picked off right before a potential respawn in 1 second. Schofield's going to be the first one to get understanding of this, but Thunder not too long after. You can see he instantly turned towards that DP. He wanted the quick pick off, but just no one's alongside him.
Is there an argument to be made for the Phoenix going Scepter instead of Refresher? I don't think we've seen a Supernova be killed off.
No, I don't think I have either. Both are good. I feel like the main benefit is just having an extra Sun Ray. You know, like all of that damage. More damage to be able to take, to pop Aeon Discs from afar as well can't be underrated.
They have the outpost for Alone to TP too, and this Roche is not going to go down fast, but they do need to respond shortly on Thunder. Support to the one on the front. Oh, Schofield! An aggressive blink in, but meanwhile Alone's going to start the fight as well, but the roll holds him into place, so K1's going to turn his attention to try and deal with the pain clear. They won't have the damage to secure the kill. A lot forced out to start the fight though. Meanwhile to the northern side, they're onto the Rubik. An easy kill for them to find out. Dark Margot's in trouble as well. Pops a refresher. Second use of the BKB might be enough to get Dark Margot out. So the Mars will live for the further team fight. But they've got to be cautious about the base as well. The throne's exposed and the creeps are starting to funnel in. What's the call on Thunder? Do you stick around for the fight or are you forced to back off? The song got stolen. Schofield! No way! He'll hold them into place.
The defense.
The Dire song's got to end first in up Beast Coast. They can set themselves up. A snowball and the illusions will keep them alive, but Illich off to the northern side. The Death Prophet taking the brunt of the force for the moment. The Centaur Conquer will buy him some time, but it's not enough. They'll slam the shield down onto Illich's life. But at least he's got a buyback. He'll be able to rejoin the team for this defense. The Throne's at half health, and it looks like Roche is up for Beast Coast.
Oh, I was thinking maybe they might try and just poke their heads in, try and force out that buyback from him, and then rotate back towards the Roche pit. But fourth Roche, way too tempting. Getting the Aghanim Scepter plus the Refresher Shard is just so ideal. Who's even going to take it? Rubin?
Dark Micro got mana for another... Oh, they both had the same cooldown.
Yes, Rubik. Give him the blessing. Here we go.
Alright, so Schofield got Scepter, Cheese is onto Sacred, Age is onto K1, and Dark Margo is currently holding the Refresher Shard. Look at this from Thunder. Trying to stay on the higher ground.
They're doing the exact same thing that they did previously, right? They're trying to force out that buyback.
With the jump in. They're going to try and control the Chaos Knight as well. Defensive use of the song. Might be enough to keep the Tusk alive, but it does waste the Rolling Thunder, though. They're doing their best to hold the buyback of Illich. But you got to be cautious, though. There is a glyph available for Thunder. 5 seconds until they have their full force to defend the base. Super drop, but can they protect it? They'll turn their attention and finally kill off the egg. No Phoenix for this final potential fight. The Tusk can to help out, but the CK, he might be the one that's in trouble. Alone's going to stun him up for the moment, tries to get the second use of the Rolling Thunder out as well. A CK won't be able to survive for the moment, but he does have the second round to potentially respawn and turn the fight around, but nah, there's no chance. Like you said, Beast Coast, they'll cut their losses there, and Thunder will once again hold the base.
Oh, they just keep doing it, man. They keep holding on. I mean, this is the major on the line for them, right? They can't let this chance slip by, especially the chance to represent their own region in their own region. Such a big opportunity for so many of these players, right? Talk about that, but you've got Smiling Knight coming all the way over from Belarus to try and achieve his dream of playing on the premium stage, and I'm sure this is the type of Dota that he lives for.
Oh, and he's putting so much work for Thunder in a game like this. Nagasone, it's just been a while now that they can't address this hero, so it's just up to him. If he can get in the middle and not be controlled, we see perfectly in that fight what he could do. I think importantly as well, you didn't force the buyback out of the Death Prophet, right?
No, I don't think so.
You didn't, so you still have this one. Buybacks are really the hot commodity now at this stage in the game.
He's been forced to go into the Maelstrom now on Alone just to be able to deal with those mega creeps. Went into the overwhelming Blink Dex. Actually has bots too, just so that he could TP a little bit more frequently.
Okay. See, finally, Thunder been able to crack the high ground. They don't do a whole lot of building damage though. Do you want to stick around? Radiant have a lot of poke to stall this out, and they're going to back off. Respect the Beast Coast respawn, so the 2 tower and tier 3 has been claimed, a 2,000 deficit for them, but importantly, they've got the Creep Wave in a really good position, so they don't have to be worried about their base, and they can continue to play aggressively and maybe make a play or get a pick off here with the waves, the position they're in.
I mean, even with Alone, and just with his build as well, he's gone into the overwhelming Blink, so even these mega creep waves, with the Maelstrom, with the Swashbuckle, with everything else that he's got, they're going to get pushed out pretty damn quickly.
They're going to see him top, though. But with the smoke on Beast Coast, they know that Alone won't be able to connect if they instantly find that opening.
It's bots too, though. It's like a 12-second cooldown on that TP.
That's true. 19 seconds with Octarine and also the Spell Prism. See Stinger drop the ward, and Illich Stinger will get rid of the vision, and now Beast Coast have to think twice about making this attempt, and they'll back off. Roan has been healed back up to full as well. There was one stage where it was down to half, but Ancient has been able to regen.
The Phantasm Illusions were focusing in on it.
Yeah. whatever they can to try and pull the attention away from the heroes and worry about the base. That's going to be the difficult thing. Thunder, can the communication be on point? And that was something that I was really intrigued about. You just mentioned Alone coming from Belarus. Was there going to be any issues with their communication in a game like this where you're 56 minutes in, mega creeps thrown exposed? Your communication has to be perfect.
Smiling Knight, not Alone. Alone's from a little bit closer.
Yes, I'm in Knight. Sorry. Alone's a hometown boy. So,
True.
K1 on the charge. They don't scout him out. They don't see him. Bully. Oh, Alone actually enters with the Rolling Thunder. Okay, what a great opening, but can they capitalize on this? They'll turn to K1, but a BKB is able to protect him for the moment. The arena and the Supernova really doesn't give them a whole lot here from Beast Coast. You might have to get out now. You've got to be cautious. Alone finds the opening off the right side. He's got the support to play with him for the moment. They haven't been able to secure the kill, but back towards the triangle. Arena in combination with a Supernova, but Knight's going to turn his attention to kill off the egg. It's a 1-for-1. Arrow flies by. Dark Margo almost gets clipped, but the boys are still trying to catch up. Inside the river, it's Knight and Michael in combination together. They'll get K1, but can they get more though? Alone's on the prowl. The rest of the team are not in pursuit.
Man, I know I said Dark Margo was the MVP, and he still kind of is, but Schofield is playing so damn well. The kills that they were able to get in that fight were entirely because of him. Arrow getting the kill for one of them, and a 5-second stolen arrow. That's why you give the man the Aghanim Scepter, because he can do everything in these team fights. The man is one of the most skilled position 4s I've ever seen.
Oh, we're gonna get 60 minutes, I think.
Yup.
Oh, let's go.
After what, like a 28-minute double racks, we're gonna get tier 5 items.
It was a 3% chance as well. That was the...
What is it now? 5? That's not much better.
Oh, true. It doesn't feel like 5 though. It really doesn't.
Feels more like a 6, you know?
What? Are you being serious?
No, it feels like 20.
Okay, I'm like, hang on. I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit thunder.
But like, you don't have the slots for it.
Mirana, she bought back prior.
Ooh, that's a big deal.
Okay. 120 without the Mirana. Need every single member. They'll hold this one out. And this could mean that Beast Coast now can control the map, and we just spoke about the tier 5s. So not having your full lineup to be able to kind of play inside your own jungle might prevent them from getting these neutral items.
I feel like maybe you could play inside of the Radiant jungle just because of the work that Alone's doing on this bottom side. They're trying to catch him out here, but looks like he'll be able to TP away. And K1, they see K1's there. They're instantly pinging him. Maybe thinking that Beast Coast don't think they'll make an attempt without the Mirana.
Alone's considering the Rolling Thunder. He's going to try and target down. It's going to be Sacred here with the Beastmaster. Mike with the follow-up. A lot of damage early on to the offlaner, but do they have the finishing blow when it looks like they do? Alone gets rid of the Beastmaster. They're already on to more. The Forbes stunlock is perfect.
Got him.
Alone's ultimate does it. But can they get more out of this? The buybacks are there as Sacred into the middle, targeting down the Death Prophet, but the Snowball and Song. They've done it again. They've stored out the initial start, but can they reset the position? It's still a 4-on-5 for Thunder. They need to respect Beast Coast, and they're going to try and do just that, but Illich will be caught off. Beast Coast find another member and drag him down to the grave, but Smiling Knight, he's not the easy one to kill off as Alone.
You kill Hefty, he doesn't have buyback.
Rolling Thunder, drive-by, gets rid of CK, and now they're looking for more as well. The Supernova should be able to cover. Look at the Sunray, hang on, look at the Sunray damage. Spear as well to hold him in place. Smiling Knight might go down, and he does. Beast Coast finally able to kill off the unkillable Naga. A buyback is there from both the cores. The position one's forced out early on.
K1 ended up buying back off the back of assist gold that he was just part of that fight and then died early on. The rest of his team clean up a couple of kills, lets him buy back. What's even the status right now? 3 people in the entire game have it. Oh man.
It's some creeps.
On the East Coast, yeah.
Some neutrals.
Creeps. Alright, predictions. What are they? I want to hear it.
I don't know.
Mirror Shield already. You gotta have a giant. I want to see a gigantic Pango rolling around. I want to see an enormous Mars as well. That'll be great. Necrobook feels like it's the game for Ratdota.
Oh, there's Giant's Ring on Direform. Sky could be right for a loan to help out with his jump in. A little bit more mobility.
Sure. Deso for even more physical damage on Beast Coast. Pirate hat, because who doesn't love being a pirate?
Okay.
Oh, they got it.
Well, they get it. We've said a lot. We've said a lot.
Who's holding on to the joystick? It's Naga. Is that... I don't know how that works with the mirror image. Do the normal images stay normal size? X marking is great too. Surely give that to Mars?
Is he alone in trouble? Sacred's blink. Ooh, alone. The rest of the team's coming over. How does he escape?
He can TP.
Wait, this rolling thunder lasts so long. No way he made it out. Dark Marco mid. E2 is okay. Has everyone got T5s? Or they're... There's only
the
one
dead.
on Dire.
Oh, they got the Book of the Dead.
Oh, no.
Let's go, Necro Book. No, they need to pick it up. Pick it up.
Dire gotta hit some neutrals, my guys. You got two.
They tried their best. They're just trying to take back an outpost right now.
Honestly, that's probably another important thing as well. You got the outpost control to be able to TP in with Roche up in for the jump. Dark Market with a Hawk Vision, but alone. Protected with the Aeon Disc. Will have an opportunity to get the Rolling Thunder out, but rolls straight into the middle. The instant response with the Roar, and K1's damage alone's gone, and he doesn't have a buyback. He's been ever so vital to their team fight. What can they do without him? Song gets stolen. Schofield again!
Oh.
Almost the same place last time. Song was set up for the Supernova. You couldn't have asked for a better team fight combo. As the Egg Ball Pop, stunning them and holding them into position. Illich tries to escape back to the high ground. Somehow Thunder would just lose Excel, but the retreat, it's been caught, but they might not be able to make it its way. The spear connection to the shards. There's nothing they can do. Night against the world. Another spear from Dark Margot, and it looks like Beast Coast have finally done it. 63 minutes in, they will be the second South American team to represent their region at the Lima Major. Congratulations to Beast Coast.
What a game. Like, something that just seemed like a complete foregone conclusion at like 30 minutes in turns into an epic like that, where Thunder could have legitimately taken it at the very end, but maybe it was the tier 5 items, man. They gave them that little bit of an edge that they just needed to be able to close it out.
Holy, dude, what a qualifying game. Beast Coast, oh, their cams would have been crazy to see at the end. Though these boys, they've done it 63 minutes in a game like that. We were going back and forth of MVPs that game. We're going back from Dark Margot, we brought up Schofield, and with a setup of the last team fight like that, it's hard not to give it to him, but again, you can make an argument for multiple members on Beast Coast.
It was Schofield, come on.
The classic support saying that.
Even had the Book of the Dead, love it. Ratdota's back.
Didn't even need the Book of the Dead. All you needed was just that team fight execution, and it was there for Beast Coast.
What a crazy game. I mean, esto loco el muchacho. Like, they're crazy, these guys. And what a gem. What a joy that we're going to get to see them play up against a lot of these international teams as well. You know, we obviously EG is the quote-unquote big name that's going up there against a lot of these better teams, but Beast Coast as well. They've just been such a mainstay for the past, 5 years now within the South American scene, that it would have been a shame to have them not be there. Very well deserved. Very, very well.
It's going to be awesome to see, of course, the split of all the rosters that we had prior. You know, Thunder, Beast Coast splitting, forming EG, and now this Beast Coast version. And the fact that we get to see them at the major together representing South America, and we get a little bit of a treat as well, because the last series for Tour 1 for South America is going to be those two teams playing against each other. And dude, there's so much on the line. Like, yes, both those teams have qualified, but it's really going to be for pride, probably, just like going up against ex-teammates.
DPC points as well.
That's
Come
true.
on,
That's
120
very
points.
true. Let's DPC points, a little bit of money as well. How awesome that series is going to be. But for Thunder, dude, what a game. Almost being able to pull it back. We said 24 minutes in, it was only a 3% Mega Creeps. They were fighting against the world for such a long time. Almost was able to find a way back in. And this is a team that, unfortunately, not able to make the first major of the year, but it's going to be so exciting to see their development over the year.
Yeah, for sure. I think they've got a lot of potential, and yeah, keen to see. Even if it's not through DPC, I'm sure there's going to be plenty of third-party tournaments with like an SA qualifier that they're going to have a good shot at it. I also do want to say the Necrobook Archer did 330 damage, so it was the difference maker at the very end. So very well-deserved victory. Breaking for Thunder that they weren't able to bring us to the very last day in terms of who's qualifying for the Lima Major, but very well-deserved by Beast Coast for sure.
Yeah, so on this day, we saw both teams be able to qualify. It was the results are in, and yeah, like we said, of course, EG and Beast Coast will be representing South America. We got a lot of the regions in regards to Division 1, I should say, starting to finish up this week, and it's exciting to see the teams early on that are getting that qualification spot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's exactly my reaction with a game like that and a series like that as well. It's just going to be exciting to see what we have in store us. We'll send over a break, and when we come back, we've got the panel and an interview.